Welcome everybody, my name is Sarah. Let's get started in a seated position. So sometimes we come to yoga with aches and pains. Today, if your back, your low back, your upper back, maybe even in your shoulders or your cervical spine is giving you some issues, let's try to move today in a way that suggests healing and big, deep diaphragmatic breath meant to ease tension and bring an awareness to what's going on in the body and how we can counter and shift some of those things that are causing us some pain. So before we get started, we never use yoga as an alternative to getting help when we are in physical pain, like that piercing pain. So before you start any yoga practice, you should always check with your doctor to make sure there's not something else going on. But typically low back pain, sciatica, can be relieved with some easy tips and tools and tricks that we do in yoga. So from here, let's just start seated. And if you have low back pain and seated doesn't work for you, you can also take it on the knees. So sometimes it's easier just to get to seated like this because you can engage your core the whole time getting in and out of the posture. All right, so you see I have a strap with me today. You can use a rope tie if you don't have a strap. You can also use a belt. You could also use a towel. Okay, so we'll leave that to the side. I also have a pillow. This is called a yoga pillow, a yoga bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, don't go out and buy one. Just grab a pillow off of your bed. And we'll use those things during our practice. We'll also use a quilt or a rolled up towel or blanket, and this is just to pad your hips anytime you're on your back. So I'll let you get some props. If you need to pause the video, you can. I'll just give you a minute here or so to find those things. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you know that I'm wishing you well, even though sometimes I don't know who takes these. I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope that this video and this little 45-minute bit of yoga movement helps. Stay tuned after the movement is over for a 15-minute guided meditation meant to, just ease some of your stress, take away some of your worries, get you into the present moment. All right, so we'll start either in seated on the bum or on the shins. And this is called hero's pose. And we're sitting up super straight, super tall. And at this time in our practice, I don't want you to change a thing about your breath. I just want you to hone in on how you showed up today. And just take a couple of breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And if you have some sinus troubles going on, I want you to breathe in and out through the mouth first. And sometimes with pregnancy, sinuses and congestion with all of our hormones sometimes accompanies us to different seasons where we didn't have allergies before. That's okay. Let's take our right hand. You're going to be using your thumb and your pointer finger. Okay, so with your thumb, let's close off the right nostril. It's kind of weird. And all we're going to do is alternate nostril breathing. So I'll guide you the entire time. So you have your right nostril kind of plugged, okay? Take a deep breath in through the nose with the left nostril ring only. Breathe in. Now on your exhale, plug the left with your pointer finger. Breathe out through the right. Kind of snotty, that's okay. Breathe in through the right. Close the right. Breathe out through the left. Beautiful. Breathe in through the left. Close the left. Breathe out through the right. Let's do it a couple more times. Breathe in through the right. Close the right. Breathe out through the left. In through the left. Close the left. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through both nostril rings. Inhale. Open up your mouth. Sigh it out. Again, deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And exhale through the nose or mouth. Let's take our arms to the side body. Inhale, gather up all this beautiful energy. And take it over to the right for a wide open twist. And you can use this backhand as a kickstand. Maybe even lean back a little bit if it serves you. Take your chin to your shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. And exhale, we'll take it out to the opposite side. So your left hand behind you, left chin to left shoulder. Inhale, come up, gather, and then exhale, hands to your heart. All right. From here, let's stand up to our knees. We're standing to our knees, and we'll get situated into child's pose. So remember that pillow I asked you to go find. I want you to find your pillow now for your supported balasana, supported child's pose. So what we're going to do is put it long ways, so hot dog style, right underneath where your torso will be, with your big toes touching and your knees fairly wide. Wiggle that pillow as close as you can to your pelvis, and we'll slowly start to tip our weight forward. Now here's a caveat: if you're in, maybe 20 weeks or more, might not feel good to have your belly resting right on the ground or the pillow, so we scooch it a little bit away so it's more only for your chest, kind of like this. Just make sure we accommodate the belly in each of these shapes, and you really make the yoga your own. All right, take your right ear to your pillow. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feel space between your vertebrae. And that's an elongation. Inhale, exhale, sink and soften. When I say sink and soften, I mean let something go. Again, deep breath in through your nose, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, sink and soften. Beautiful. Let's take your opposite ear to the pillow. Come back to center, and we'll pop up onto hands and knees. Move your pillow away. Take a breath in. And on your out breath, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis into your cat. Spooky cat. We're going to hold our cat for a little bit, turning our fingers towards our knees, shifting some weight forward and back, getting into the arches of the palms, the backs of the wrists. Turn your fingers back to the front and take your palms up, top of your hands down. Curl under your toes, and again, shifting back and forward. You won't have to shift too far back to feel this. Beautiful, and then we'll come back to our wrists. All right. So with your toes curled under, start to walk your hands up so you're in a toe stand. For some of us, this might come kind of easy. For others, it might not feel great. So if you need less, I want you to drop your hands and just take it to where it feels okay to you. And the inner arches of the feet are kind of like the windows to the hips. You're like, what does that mean? More open we can find in the arches, the more open we can find in, say, a warrior one or a warrior two when we get there. All right, so if you can, walk your hands all the way up, and we're really opening up through the arches of the feet. Let's take our hands forward, fingers towards your elbows, and we'll take the right fingers to the left fingers and pull them back. And then we'll pull them down. And switch. Both hands up, fingers up. Left hand takes the right fingertips, pulls them back. And then we pull them down. Drop both of your hands, untuck your toes. I'm gonna face you. Take your arms really wide, breathe in. On your out breath, give yourself a hug. Take your chin down to your chest. Inhale, gather, and we'll switch. So opposite arm on top, chin to chest. Inhale, take it up, breathe in, and on your exhale, cross your right arm, and we're moving to the bicep stretch. So it's just a cross body stretch. And from here, let's all take our gaze right. Breathe in, take it out. Exhale, cross your left arm over the body, and then pull the weight of your bicep, look left. Inhale, gather, and on your out breath, arms at side body. Let's move into our very first downward facing dog. For downward facing dog, from box pose, breathe in, exhale, curl under your toes, shift your heels back and down, hips high. And we'll take 5 deep belly breaths here in down dog. Know that you are in an inverted V, but your heels never have to touch the mat. So as long as our hips are high, we're in the right place. Shoulder blades slide down away from our ears into our back pockets, and we circle the eye of the elbow towards the front windows. Take a couple more breaths here, shaking your head yes or no. Feeling the weight of the head hang heavy. Beautiful. Walk your hands to your feet. So we're walking to the back of our mat in a forward fold. Release the weight of your head from your neck and swing from side to side. Let's walk our hands back out to down dog. Inhale high on your toes, and exhale, heels down. Step the right foot in between the hands, back knee down, top of the back foot down. And this is a modified crescent lunge, so all we're doing here is we're making like a box with both of our legs to protect our low back and taking our hands in a basket right at the femur. So sometimes you'll see in yoga a crescent lunge that looks a little bit like this. If you're having low back pain, this is not anywhere you should be, okay? So when we have low back pain, when we have, extra weight of our babe, we want to make sure that we're super supportive, because if we are falling like this, what's happening to my low back is compression. And that's when we start to get sciatica, aches and pains, we get some disc issues. So let's be very tight in our core here. Staying upright, you're getting the same benefits. Less stress. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Now we can take our arms up. On your out breath, frame your front foot. Shift the weight of your hips back. If you want to search around for that pillow, you can put the pillow underneath your right glute. And we're just in a modified half split. And your hands can go to your foot or to either side of your foot. Beautiful. Inhale, look up, and we'll start to walk our hands forward, curl under the back toes. And now we're in runner's lunge. Let's do that again. Drop the back knee. So you have a square and a square. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Moving into half split. And on your next in breath, curl under your back toes. Runner's lunge. Plant both hands. Take both feet back. Downward facing dog. Let's step the left foot in between the hands. Go slow this first time around, dropping the back knee, finding that perfect box, kind of box legs pose, and we'll take our hands to our leg to start. So again, if full crescent lunge is available to you, you're more than welcome to dive in here, but if you are having those twinges of back pain, I want you to stay pretty upright. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. And then on your out breath, shift your hips back. Heel to glute. And if you would like that pillow underneath your hip, you just move your pillow underneath your left hip. This is half split Ardha Hanumasana. Inhale, look up. And we'll start to walk our hands on either side of the left foot to frame the foot, curl under the right toes, all 10 toes pointing forward. Runner's lunge. Beautiful. From here, we'll take that same flow again. So dropping the back knee, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge it back. And on your next in-breath, runner's lunge. Plant both palms as we step the left foot back to meet the right foot in downward facing dog. Drop your knees. Shift your weight forward over your hands. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, back up. Exhale, child's pose. Let's take 5 of these little like oceany push-ups, sinking breath with movement. Inhale, straighten out, modified plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, modified plank, and exhale, swing it back. 2 more times. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out, chaturanga. Breathe in, modified plank. Exhale, child's pose. Last time, in and out. In and out. Last time, we hold our plank pose. And I'm modifying on the knee today. You can also take full variation where you curl underneath your toes. The biggest thing we can do when we have back pain is to engage our core. Belly in, knit your ribs back. Straight line of energy from tailbone to head or from heel to crown. Beautiful. And from here, let's move into box pose and just tap the tops of our feet and walk our hands all the way up. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, reach to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, swing it back. Forehead down, heels, and your hands meet. Alright, come on up. And from here, we'll just slowly roll back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, let's walk to the top of our mat. And slowly, bone by bone, roll all the way up to focus on our posture. Alright, posture. It's one of my favorite things to teach because it was what I needed the most when I was pregnant. So if you imagine the bottoms of your feet have roots, have points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those roots or those points are so grounded into the earth that you can start to feel, you can feel it. Micro bend your knees. Engage the quads, engage the glutes. Just kind of feel what fires up when you start to bend and straighten. All right, and then we have like this little tiny bend in the knee. The knee's not huge when you're standing, but they're not locked out. Okay, we don't want to lock out our knees. Tailbone down. Like there's a bowl at the base of your pelvis that you have like a full bowl of water in. So if you tip it too far back, it's gonna spill backward. If you tip it too far forward, it'll spill out. So that's what I kind of like to envision at the bowl of my pelvis is just this bowl of water. Okay, belly in as much as you can. I say belly in, but I just mean core engaged. Ribs knitted back. Inhale, gather. On your out breath, goal post your arms. So that's about where your shoulders could be with proper posture. We'll take some big rolls here. All right. And your ears to the sky, your chin slightly tucked, your gaze is up. Let's take our hands to Yoga Mudra right behind us. Palms are touching. Inhale, roll your shoulders down and back away from your ears. And then on an exhale, let's take our hands to the right, peek over your left shoulder. So your arms are just swinging back. Inhale, come back to center. Let's take it over to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, forward fold. Taking your hands off the sacrum if it feels okay to you. And we'll slowly roll to where both of our hands are on the mat. Feet kiss the outside edges of your mat. Right hand down, bend your right knee. Inhale, lengthen through the left arm goes to the sky. And there's plenty of room for a twist here. These are open chest twists, lots of room for baby. Beautiful, let's switch. Take your left hand down, bend both your knees, and then straighten them up first. Now we bend our left knee. Inhale, right arm up. Gaze up if it feels good. Gaze down if you need more balance. Take both hands down and we'll heel toe our feet together. Micro bend your knees, and when you get to the top, let's really bend our knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Biceps by your ears. Your weight is in your heels more so than your toes. Belly in, knit your ribs back. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms back. Inhale, root to rise, come to standing. Exhale, take a bend over to the right. Coming back up, inhale. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, airplane chair. From here, inhale, take your left knee up with you. If you need a wall for your wall, for support or stability, you can always grab a wall too. So again, that box shape, we're looking for that 90 degrees from knee to heel, knee to hip. Standing knee raise. Again, root through the four corners of your right foot, breathe in. On your out breath, swing the left leg back until you're in a warrior three variation. Your left foot is flexed and your leg is engaged up top like a lever. So if your lever needs to be lower, this is a great place to be. And all of your weight is in your right foot. Beautiful. From here, let's come back to center and just shake out the legs before we move to the other side. Inhale, gather, take the right foot up with you. So you're in your standing knee raise. And again, if you need balance, you go for that wall every time. With that right foot flex, slowly start to tip your chest forward. Extend the right foot behind you. Warrior three. Right foot's flexed. Your hips are in one line, square to your mat. Your hands are at your heart. Beautiful. Micro bend the left leg, and we come back to standing. Shake it out. Whew. Inhale, arms up, reach up. And on your exhale, let's step the left foot back. Your left toes are at about 45 degrees, so they're slightly turned down. And your right knee's bent. We're opening up into warrior two. Let's take 5 deep breaths here and just notice the alignment, heel to inner arch, hips underneath your shoulders. And we're breathing pretty big here now because we know how to breathe. So let's take one hand to our heart, one hand to our belly. And I want you to feel the belly expand first, then the ribs east to west, then the heart will lift. So take 5 breaths on your own here. If it works for you, you can soften your gaze. You can really tune in here to your body, to your baby. Beautiful. Warrior two. Let's take one deep breath together. And exhale. Inhale, gather. We are in a star pose, so your feet are slightly turned out. And from star pose, we're only focusing on the top body here. So from here, weave your right arm underneath your left for eagle, Garandasana arms, okay? It's more so a shoulder opener than anything. Let's take the elbows in line with the shoulders and then remove the hands away from the face. So you're getting like a spreading through the scapula. So the stretch is meant to target about right here, okay? So if you're having thoracic issues, this will help. If you're feeling heaviness in the shoulders and the chest, this will help. Inhale up. On your out breath, left arm underneath your right. Inhale, take your elbows in one line, so elbows to shoulders, and then exhale, peel your arms away from your face. So peel your hands away from your nose. Inhale up. On your out breath, goalpost. Flip your palms up, so it's a slight, not back bend, but just a gaze up, where the wall meets the ceiling. Inhale, palm to heart. We'll bend the left knee. The right foot is at about 45 degrees now, so we're in warrior two on the left. Tee out your arms. A lot of times we have this thing where we want to lean forward. I don't really know why we all do it in warrior two. It's kind of weird. So I want us to station our hips. So our hips are right in the middle. Now your shoulders are right over your hips and your arms are out. Gaze is left. Hand to heart, hand to belly. If it served you, let's take 5 breaths here. And our focus of this yoga is not necessarily the shape of the pose. It's how we breathe in the pose. So can we make our breath a little bit fuller? Inhale. And exhale. And if that next exhale lunges us a bit deeper into this front leg, what shows up? And whatever happens, happens. No ego, no judgment. Just an awareness of where we are in space and how we showed up today. Let's take 3 more breaths here, in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And out through the nose, chest, ribs, belly. Beautiful. On your next in-breath, let's come all the way back. And we'll heel toe, all the way back together. All right. So find that wall. If you had that wall, if you needed it before, that's okay. All the weight is in your left foot this time. We're moving to tree pose for Kasana. So all these poses help with core and posture. Your right foot underneath your knee or on top of your knee. Your hands are at your heart. Your eyes are nice and soft. So sometimes it helps to gaze down at navel, to gaze down maybe at the spot, maybe 6 inches above your mat. And you're opening with this right hip, you're stabilizing with the left. Shoulders tend to move up in this pose. Can we move them away from our ears? Tucking the left glute under to facilitate opening on the right side of the body. Beautiful breath here. And if you lose your balance, like we all do, can we get back up and go somewhere for just 2 more breaths? After we do these balances, we tend to stand up a little taller when we're done. So all 4 corners of your right foot, stamp it into the ground. You are rooted, you are grounded, you are right where you need to be. And the left foot is either underneath the knee or above the knee. If you get a little wonky, grab a wall. Prayer hands. And we're opening, but we're grounded and we're lifted. See, I fell out. I'm going to get right back up and try it again. 5 breaths. Beautiful. And last breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And then exhale to close. All right. So we are back at the top of your mat. And I want you to search around and grab for that strap or that rope tie or the belt or whatever you could find, a towel. You know, I've been in classes before where I've even used a t-shirt for this next little tip. And this is a heavy chest opener. If you have those days, and we all have those days where our posture just seems to really suffer for whatever reason, sometimes it's mood, and they're now finding, they're doing studies about proper posture can affect mood, or maybe it's your mood affects your posture, we're not sure. But I have been looking into that a lot because I can feel on the days where I just feel off, my posture's off every single time. So there is definitely a connection, and yoga does help. So on those days where you just feel kind of sunken, where you're kind of like, I don't even know what you call it, your posture's suffering, I want you to take a strap or a towel or a t-shirt and hold it pretty taut. Okay, so when I say taut, like I want you to hold it maybe 6 inches out from your hips on either side, okay? And it's a V, so we're an upside down V. On your next inhale, we're taking the arms up, 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 breathe in, and exhale. So if there were arrows for this pose, the arrows will be moving up and then out. So it's an in breath, but you're pulling out, out, out. So you're pulling, 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 and then exhale, come down. So I noticed that my strap was maybe a little bit too close together for that, and I was hitting compression. So if that's you, know that you can always make adjustments as you go, and if you need to take more slack, take more slack. Okay, so again, you are that big upside down V. Here we go. Inhale, take it up, up, up. Exhale, bring it back down. From the side, it would look like this. So your posture is like your most perfect posture you can find today. Inhale, take it up, 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 hold at the top. And exhale, take it down. Let's do one more just like this. Inhale, breathe in, take it up. And exhale, take it down. This time we're gonna go up and over. So I invite you to take even more slack, even more space, but still taut, just your arms are wider apart. Here we go. Inhale, take it up, 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 and exhale, take it back. Feels so good. Inhale, take it up, and exhale, take it forward. In. When you hit the top, exhale. Inhale. When you hit the top, exhale, come forward. And you can maybe scooch it in a little bit, see how it serves you. In breath, take it up. Out breath, take it back. Woo. And you're just facilitating this movement, moving up and moving forward. Moving up on the in-breath and moving back. This is the last time forward. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward. Now this time I want us to pause when we feel the tension or the glitch. Inhale up. On your out breath, we're taking it back, and about right here, I feel it heavy on the right side, like right there. So I'm gonna hold it here and just breathe really big through tension, but never moving into any places of pain, but you can feel when you need that stretch. And then when you're finished, release it down. All right. So that's just a good, easy, quick, little tool that I have my husband starting each day with. And, his posture's off sometimes, and that's helped him so much. So if you didn't have a strap, you could use a sweater. You can use whatever you have at home. It is just, I feel like people start yoga and they're like, I need to get fancy yoga clothes, and I need to get a fancy mat, I need to get this and that, and you really don't need any of that. You just need, you need to carve out the time. That's it. Everything else will come. Okay, let's step our left foot back. And your hips are square to your front room. So if I were looking at you, your hips would be square to me. Let's take our hands to our low back in reverse prayer. So for reverse prayer, you can face down. You can also point up. This is easier. You draw a line with your fingertips up your spine. This is a little bit more intense. You choose. Inhale, lengthen. On your out breath, fold forward. If you want to drop your hands for more stability, you can. You can also keep them at your low back. And this is an intense hamstring stretch, Breathe through the tension. Inhale and exhale. And then exit the pose. I want you to stay here for about 2 more breaths. Beautiful. On your next inhale, look up. We'll come all the way up and we'll simply switch. So take your right foot back, left foot is forward, and your hands are either at your low back in prayer or reverse prayer. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, tip your weight forward. And we're moving into pyramid pose. So your right foot is at about 45 degrees and your left foot is pointed forward. And your gait's pretty small here. So this pose intensifies the more we send that leg back. So if you don't need as much, don't take as much space between your feet. Beautiful. Beautiful breath. If you need to drop your hands, you can. And from here, let's bend the back knee, step it forward. Come all the way up to standing. All right, we're ready for half pigeon. So if you have that rolled up blanket, or this is like a cute little cardigan, you can roll it up into a ball. You can also use a block for this portion of class. I don't have a block in my yoga room right now. I don't know where it is. Okay, so your left foot is forward, your left foot is flexed, and your knee is bent. So if you had a block or that quilt, you stick it right underneath your left hip, and it just makes the ground a little bit closer to you as we move into these more intense postures for our stretching part of our class. If this just feels awful for you, I totally understand. And we don't ever want you to feel awful. So we take your blanket or your quilt and we put it right underneath your low back. And we'll take a figure 4 cross. So with that left leg up, cross your ankle right above your right knee and then pull everything in. So it's just half pigeon in the supine. So 2 variations today, half pigeon on the belly or half pigeon on the back. With or without your pillow or your quilt. It's also a great time to pull in that pillow for the front body. Half pigeon. Starting to breathe and rest and invoking the parasympathetic nervous system with that long exhale. Elongate your exhale by at least 2 points. So if you breathe in for 4, I want you to try to breathe out for 5 or 6. So elongating the exhale is what tells our body that you are safe, you are grounded, you are here, you are right on time. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Elongating the exhale, taking any stagnant energy or air or thoughts with it. And we'll slowly start to push up into the mat. Shoulders, or hands under your shoulders. Rock the weight of your body to the left. If you're on your back, just uncross your legs and switch it to the opposite side. So we're taking our right leg forward this time, left leg back. Find your figure 4 cross, your right ankle right on top of your left knee. If you're on your back, make sure your back is still padded. And we're inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. And again, using that pillow up top, just because it feels so dang good. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do. We're breathing and resting. Make sure that top foot is flexed to protect the knee. When your mind starts to wander, if it spins off, know that you don't have to go with it. Just bring it back to your breath. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And exhale. Beautiful. Start to flick your eyes open. Plant your hands right underneath your shoulders to lift up, protecting your spine. We'll rock it to the right. And we'll all lie down flat on our back with that padding right underneath your hips. Both feet up for waterfall. So you have straight legs, big open arms, flexed feet. And we can slowly start to make infinity symbols in the sky. This is a great time to think of 3 gratitudes in your life. Maybe start with baby. Beautiful. And then hands find the outsides of your feet. Blissful baby. We'll rock from side to side. When I was pregnant, right before Shavasana was when my baby would always have the hiccups. And it was probably the sweetest memory I have of being pregnant. It's just lying there on my yoga mat while my baby, it was my son, he's almost 7 now, but he just had the hiccups. It was the sweetest thing. All right, from here, let's extend our legs out to the far corners of the mat. Extend our arms out like it's our first stretch of the day, full body stretch. All right, and then from here, this is a great place for Shavasana if you feel good in Shavasana on your back, as long as it's padded. You can also take that pillow right underneath your knees and open your knees. So open your hips wide, and the opening starts at your hip joint. So if you can kind of peel everything open from there. And you can take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. If that doesn't feel good to you, sometimes it doesn't. Sideline Shavasana is always an option. So you do not need to pad your hips because you're on your side. You can use that blanket as a little pillow here. And you take your other pillow, your actual pillow or your bolster, between your legs. And I still sleep like this to this day, but this is sideline Shavasana, pillow between your legs, and you can use this bottom bicep as a pillow or an actual pillow. And on the right or left, either way is good. And there's nowhere to go, there's absolutely nothing to do. Breathe and rest. Let your body assimilate all of the asana, that's postures, and all of the yoga shapes and the breath work, the pranayama that we just did together. Your guided meditation will start now.
In a time of such uncertainty, being rooted and grounded is essential to not only our mental and physical health, but also our sense of connection to both our nuclear family and every extension of the collective. It is an overall sense of well-being and balance. Grounding evokes the following mantras. I invite you to listen to all 4 and then choose one that speaks to you. I am safe. I am calm. I am secure. I am rooted. Choose one. Much is entirely out of our control right now. However, we can control our reactions to the external world. Now let's take a few moments with your mantra to create a safe space around ourselves, honoring our body, mind, and spirit. Imagine a bright white light surrounding you. It is a white circle of protection. You are safe here. Repeat to yourself either out loud or in the mind's eye your mantra. I am safe. I am calm. I am secure. I am rooted. In your quiet place, I invite you to be seated or lying down. It's important to be both aware and alert, but also relaxed. Let go of any muscular engagement. Use these first few moments just to check in, to inquire about the self. Notice how you are occupying this moment. Notice breath. Sit with the sensations of the body exactly as you showed up today. Notice that you are not your thoughts. Sit with the wisdom that you are not any expectation nor outcome. You are not your sadness. You are not your fear. Rest your hands loosely by your side body or maybe in your lap. Gently close your eyes without forcing. If there is forcing, know your eyes can remain in place. Anywhere that feels comfortable to you is fine. Take a long, slow, deep inhalation. Then slowly exhale. Again, take a long, slow, deep inhalation. Then slowly exhale. Allow any tension to melt away as you relax into each breath. Let the inhale come naturally, just like an ocean wave. And then allow the exhale to take any stagnant energy out of the lungs and out of the body. Take another long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And then slowly exhale. On this next breath in, you start to visualize a warm light coming into your body on the inhale. And then on the exhale, feel cool light moving through and out your body. Continue to breathe slowly. Your lungs know how much air they need. Breathe in warmth to your body. And breathe out and imagine your mantra. Deep breath in. Warm air. Exhale, something that no longer served you in this time and space. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head. Imagine a feeling of total relaxation beginning to radiate out and down your body. Let the muscles in your forehead soften. Allow your eyes to sink back and relax. Feel the tongue leave the roof of your mouth, and slowly your jaw will follow. Your cheeks are relaxed and released. Now this peaceful relaxation moves into your neck and deep down into your shoulders, forearms, and hands. And in this moment, you notice that you are releasing stress. At this peaceful moment, notice you are limitless love. As this peaceful feeling continues through your body, feel the sensations of lightness in your chest, rib cage, and stomach. Bring your awareness to this area of your body that houses your breath. Let it come naturally. Let it be so simple. Enjoy the depth and breadth of the inhalation. Enjoy the magic and the release of the exhale. You are light. Bringing your awareness to your spine, gently notice the warmth your back feels from each touch point with the earth. You are supported, rooted, grounded, healed. This peaceful relaxation will continue to flow freely throughout your lower body. Relax the hips, the backs of the thighs, the front side of the legs, until the light reaches the tips of your longest toe. I invite you to check in with your mantra here. I am safe. I am calm. I am secure. I am rooted. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Notice your intention, your mantra, and on your exhale, release. Peace flows where intention goes. Your entire body is relaxed, calm, at peace. I invite you to rest in this peace for 5 minutes. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Breathe and rest. There is no judgment here. Softly whisper to yourself or in your mind's eye your mantra. I am safe. I am calm. I am secure. I am rooted. Take a deep breath in through the nose to the count of 4. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 4. Continuing with this for 4 more rounds of deep belly breath. I'll give you some time here to really experience this 4 count breathing. Again, it's a deep breath in through the nose to the count of 4. A gentle pause at the top. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 4. And let's take 3 more together. Deep breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time together. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Taking some moments of complete stillness as you let go of what you no longer need. Feel more open with a renewed sense of lightness. Check back in with your mantra before we leave today. Softly whisper to yourself in the mind or out loud, I am safe. I am calm. I am secure. I am rooted. Flicker your eyes open. This concludes your meditation. All my love, all my blessings, and all my light. Namaste.